You're watching Garage Gambles and welcome to my new garage. I recently moved to a new place, and while the apartment looked great, the garage looked like it was completely forgotten. It was dirty, had cracked paint, had 1,000 random wall screws, and literal shoe prints in places where no human foot should ever logically be. So even though I'm renting, I decided to give it a proper makeover. Oh, and by the way, for those of you who clicked on a garage update video on a car channel expecting this to be about the cars in the garage, not the actual garage, well, stick around until the end, because I might show you something very interesting that's coming to Garage Gambles. The plan was simple: make the garage look new without spending any money, because we all know that January is a tough year. So if you were expecting one of those TV show dream renovations, click away now. This video isn't gonna be it. This renovation is done on the cheap, using mostly what I already had and buying only the bare minimum. But I'll still show you prices for everything in case you want to do this yourself. So for this makeover, I'll be painting the walls, mounting shelves, building wall tool organizers, installing a small workbench, and adding LED batten lights, because right now I genuinely can't see shit in here. And you can do this yourself for less than 2,000 Rand. The first step when renovating your garage is to clear the garage. I genuinely think this is what stops most people from organizing their garages. We've got so much crap in them that it feels impossible to clear all of this up. That's why the best time to do this is right when you move in. I then vacuumed up all the dirt, then mopped the walls and floor with soapy water. These walls were beyond filthy and needed a proper clean before any fresh paint could touch them. Next, I removed about 300 wall screws. Once that was done, I was left with the walls that had more holes than a WRX on 2 bars of boost with stock internals.
Little send off before warranty.
After removing the screws, I patched everything up with polyfiller. I left it to dry properly, and the next day I went back and sanded everything down. Then came protection. Floor protection, that is, aka newspapers everywhere. Finally, I taped up the one window frame that I have, and just like that, we were ready to paint. Luckily for me, my dad's old garage had everything. Paint, found. Brushes, found. Sandpaper, filler, screws, found. So technically this cost me nothing. But if I had to buy everything for paint and prep, here's what it would have cost. I only had 2 5-liter cans of paint that were mostly full. I used a variety of paint brushes and 2 paint rollers in total. I also found polyfiller. Then I used sunlight liquid to wash the floor and the walls. And I also got a shit ton of wall screws because, spoiler alert, I will be putting a lot of stuff up against the wall.
One eternity later.
So after hours of cleaning and painting, it now finally looks like this.
What?
Okay, I know it looks completely chaotic right now. It literally looks like someone took all of my belongings, put it into a blender, and literally just chucks it out onto the floor. But trust me, somehow, some way, all of this cuck is going to be stored somewhere that I can find it, somewhere it's going to be useful. It won't quite be the man cave we all dream of, but I promise you, it will be neat, it will be functional, and hopefully a space where a lot of more Garage Gambles videos can be filmed in the future. Let's get into it. Unfortunately, I didn't film any of the painting because this was the weekend where we actually had to move, and Murphy's Law, we didn't have power that weekend. So my devices weren't charged. I didn't even have battery. Before organizing anything, I needed to have more storage space. So I set up my old DIY workbench. Nothing fancy, but it works. I built wall tool organizers for the tools I use most often, which simply means painting some old planks and putting a few screws in them. Then I mounted both bicycles to keep them out of the way, still accessible. And finally, I added more shelves, and I also set up a backdrop wall that you'll be seeing a lot more in future videos. Organizing. This was by far the most time-consuming part. I realized very quickly that I own an alarming amount of shit. I wanted this garage to feel like a real workshop. Tools within reach, minimum chaos, and maximum productivity. Or at least the illusion of it. And at this point, I was starting to feel quite concerned. But eventually, the pile of crap actually started becoming smaller, and it started to come together quite nicely. It was also about now that I realized what a mess I made during this process. As you can see, I did a great job of preventing paint spills by placing the newspaper on the floor. So I decided to give the garage one final cleanup, which included chucking all the newspaper and masking tape, vacuuming again, and giving it one final mop before I could place the garage tiles. And now I could really start seeing the potential. So I placed the garage tiles, and this allowed me to store the last few items that you can still see in the frame right now.
Yeah.
Before I show you the grand reveal, let's quickly talk about all the costs involved in a project like this, mostly just to set realistic expectations. As mentioned previously, paint and prep would have come in at around $1,072. For lighting, I installed 4 batten lights at roughly 150 Rand each, plus 20 meters of cable and a simple switch. The garage tiles cover 8 square meters, which I actually bought a few years ago for 760 Rand. To tile the entire garage, you'd need roughly double that, so let's call it 1,520 Rand. Cabinets are a bit trickier to price because it really depends on what you go for. If you buy basic materials like I did and build everything yourself, you could get away with roughly 1,000 Rand. So the total would have come in at around 4,500 Rand, which is slightly more than I mentioned at the beginning of this video, but still great value. So after hours of cleaning, sanding, drilling, cleaning again, painting, sorting, the garage is finally ready. So take a look. I know it might not be the dream man cave that we all have in our minds, but it's definitely so much better than it was. And I know exactly where everything is, where all my tools are, where all my cleaning products are, my bikes, my bike gear, my freaking racing seat. So I just want to take you through what I've done. So the first thing is, as you can see, obviously we've painted the walls. All of this was done with leftover scrap old paint that I found in my dad's garage. On this wall, I decided to mount the 2 bikes. This wall has the window, so we don't have a lot of space to work with. I think this works brilliantly. Bikes mounted, easily accessible. Over here, I've just got a steel table, which is always convenient to have in your garage. If you follow me to this corner, you can see this is my workbench. I know, very small. This is probably the first thing that I might want to upgrade. I literally built this with scrap wood and some old paint. You can see my tools that I use the most is mounted against the walls over here, and I really just love it. I know exactly, I can see everything, so I know exactly where everything is. Over here you can see I've even got my racing sim in the garage. My fiance said that it cannot stay in the living room, so unfortunately I had to put it in the garage. The nice thing is, however, this is very easily accessible, and I can take this off myself, and it's really out of the way. And if I want to play, I can just take it off, take it into the living room, and play some racing games. Also, I had this extra shelf that was actually my brother's PC shelf, and I've mounted it here. Just very nice to have my toolbox right here, because it's also quite heavy. So this shelf isn't very sturdy, so don't want to put it up there. Getting to this shelf was actually already in this garage. I did not put it up. Everything else, I actually put it up and mounted myself. And here we've just got a lot of other crap. There's a samurai sword, which is nice to have. Over here, you can see some more gardening equipment and some other tools. And obviously, this is a necessity in every man's garage. Unfortunately, it's not cold, so that's definitely a plan that we need to make for this garage, to get a bar fridge. This side, my ladder. This shelf I've also mounted here, also just a scrap old shelf. Fun fact, when I was a bachelor, this was actually my TV cabinet. So yeah, lots of memories. Over here, we've just got some car liquids. We've got some coolant, oils and stuff. We've got spray paint, car cleaning products, gardening products. And then unfortunately, I don't have like a garage cabinet for my brooms and mops and stuff. So that's just there in the corner, but I think it's pretty much out of the way and works quite well. I just wanted you to have a look there at the tapes. I mean, if it looks stupid, but it works, it ain't stupid. I did store some extra stuff in the roof that I don't really use all that much, but actually it's not that much. And I think I did quite a good job of sorting all of that crap to be in a spot where I can easily access them and for it to be usable. I'm not going to really need anything quite soon that is stored in the roof. Just nice to have some extra storage. Right, so finally getting to this wall. Now this wall, I didn't want to mount any shelves or any tools or whatever. This wall is going to be the backdrop for most of my videos.
I know it doesn't look like much now. It might look a bit demacor, but I'll get some more scale 1 to 18 cars. I'll pick the best ones and put them up on here. The idea is to have lots of car posters, maybe some photos of some of my projects and cars, actually some license plates and so on. Not sure exactly where it's going to go, but it needs to be stuff that brings me a lot of memories and a lot of joy, and obviously mostly car related. Finally, just looking at the floor, as you know, my previous garage only had space for one car. So I literally only had these garage tiles for half of this garage. So I still need to get some for the other side. It's just a bit difficult because even though these garage tiles are quite common, they're not always made in the same factory and they can differ slightly. So there's a big chance they might not match up 100% with the ones that I've already got. The best of all is all this space. I mean, we've got all this room for activities.
Look at all this floor space. So much aerobics in here. So many activities. Do step class. It's making my head spin how many activities we can do.
One last thing, you might have noticed, this garage has no doors other than the actual electric doors. There's no windows that can open. It gets hot as balls in this garage. So I don't have an aircon. I need this fan, and luckily this thing is a little beast. So yeah, I'm not actually going to be able to work in the hottest time of the day, but hey, at least we've got something.
Oh yeah, I forgot to show you the best part. Okay, so this is the lighting situation with just the original light. So as you can see, only the one over there. So that's the only light that was in this double garage. So obviously lots of shadows and it's really dim. And let me just switch it off and on. Okay, light off, light on, takes its sweet time. I then installed these cheap batten lights and look at the difference it makes. That is crazy. I freaking love them. So once again, I didn't even actually pay for these LED batten lights. One of my previous roommates back in the day, he actually bought them and installed them. Shout out to Tian. I don't even think Tian subscribed to this channel or has ever watched the video, but shout out to Tian. These batten lights cost about 150 Rand a pop. So there's 4 in here, 600 bucks, probably 400 Rand for the cable. It's about 20 meters. Yeah, I freaking love these lights. No more shadows, very bright. You won't believe how many people I've had actually drive past my garage and tell me how freaking bright these lights are. So definitely a bargain and a must have in a garage like this.
So that's my brand new garage and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments, what should I do with this space that I haven't done already? How can I use it better? What do you like? What do you hate? Yeah, leave a like, drop a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.